guys, and welcome to Can't Talk. Let's play Hand of Fate. I wanted to do a real quick demo of this game for you guys, give you an idea of what it's about, because when you look at a description of it, it can be pretty confusing. I was confused when I saw how it's described. It's a really great mix of old school RPGs, tabletop games, and like adventure games. It just takes all of those genres and it mixes it up, and what it comes out with is fantastic. So I wanted to share it with you. This is a controller-based game, so you can, I think, use a keyboard and mouse for it, but I would not recommend it. If you're comfortable with like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, that's the way to go with this game.
Once more, the cards will be dealt and fate will be decided.
So we're gonna go story mode. This is a deck building game. So when you start, you get to pick your adventure. So we're gonna do the Jack of Plague, which I failed at the last time I tried, so we'll see how this goes. So you get, if you defeat this, you get 7 new encounter cards, 2 new equipment cards, which I can show you. And the challenge is there are 3 angry mobs in the dealer's deck and 3 hunting ratman cards. And every time that you fail a card draw, you're gonna lose 5 gold, and if there's a huge failure, you lose 10 gold. I'll show you all of that in just a few minutes. As you can see, there's lore. You can look at the lore in the bottom, so it tells you about the dude you're about to fight. Then you can, go back to that screen. So we're gonna pick
Scared
him.
of a little mouse? My deck holds far worse yet.
So let's go really quick to settings. You can see the controls, and it'll give you keyboard controls and gamepad controls. Like you can see, gamepad is enabled. Already looked at that. And settings, we're gonna turn this guy down because he talks really loudly, and we have his subtitles on, so we don't need to hear him. Okay, so let's go over to the deck builder, and I'll show you what that's about. You can see both of my decks are full. But what you can do is, these are cards that I have unlocked, and these are the cards that I've also unlocked but that are still in my deck. So I don't get all these to start out with. If you haven't played a deck building game before, what happens is that these go into a deck face down, and then I get to draw from it every so often. So I don't know which cards I'm going to get. These are just all possibilities. Over here, equipment, same type of deal. This was encounters, and it tells me, who I might get to fight or what I might have to deal with. So let's go back, and we're gonna start the game.
You face one of the fiercest of the ratmen. I would wish you luck, but we play with fate.
So twice the fail. I've got a curse now. And these are all things that are going in his deck. So these are the cards that he's going to draw against me. You're kind of playing against him. So as you can see, he's got pretty cool dealing animations. And we're going to choose our next card. Helpful Priest. So let's see what we've got here.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
Now, he gives you tokens. I have no idea what they do. For a small share of your provisions, I can bless you in the name of the old gods. So we're gonna try it out. We're gonna give him half our food and see what happens. So you can see our options are pretty good. We have successes or huge successes. You can usually watch the cards when he shuffles them in situations like this and see you keep an eye on where they're going. It's not random. They really do shuffle the way they look like they're shuffling. I wasn't watching this time, so I have no idea which is which, but my chances of failure are 0, so that's cool. Also, when they talked about failure costing you gold, this is what it was talking about. Some of these cards are fail cards, and some are huge fail cards. So, huge success. I lucked out. Let's see what's going to happen. I get a token, which like I said, I have no idea what they do, and 2 game cards. So I get a blessing.
Will remain always active and are never removed. Unless you die, of course. Then you're back where you began, as always.
So toxic blood, any hit on the player has a chance to poison the attacker. So that's cool. That's like a buff. And then I get another blessing, which is whenever I'm struck by a ranged attack, there's a chance that the attacker is stunned for 3 seconds.
Take the token. It is yours.
I guess no idea what to do with it, but now I have a token. And now we're going to see Mr. Lionel. Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes a seat next to yours. He taps your shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin, poorly disguised as a human. If you give me what I need, I will conjure up your heart's desire with this wizarding wand of my own creation. So, what should we do? Let's ask him what he needs. The goblin immediately begins to wander around your person, prodding and poking at your weapon and apparel before making a sudden grab at something. He then sits considering you for a while before slapping the table with his hand. Aha! I know what you need. Here. The goblin pulls out a large empty cloth sack and holds it open for you. Reach in and you will receive your heart's desire. So that's pretty cool.
Now you can counter opponents if your timing is right.
And we got a shield, which is cool because, well, I'll show you when we get into combat. Yes, I would like to equip the shield. And then before you can stop him, with inhuman speed, he snatches a pickled onion off of your plate and sprints out the tavern door. So, I don't really like pickled onions anyway, so that's cool. And now we move on to our next card, Captain of the Guard.
Win this and claim my token.
You hear a shout from ahead and the sounds of battle. Racing forward, you discover a warrior surrounded by undead. So these are 2 of skulls. This means, because there's 2 of them, obviously we're going to fight 4 skeletons. Stranger, he calls out to you as he throws his weapon to you. Here, take my mace and put an end to those monstrosities.
It's a lump of iron on a stick.
Well, that's
Not
cool.
terribly subtle.
We got a mace. And it's faster than the axe, it says. So we are going to equip the mace. And now we're going into combat. And this is where the action adventure-y part of the game comes in. We just left, obviously, the card deck part. Now we actually get to fight things. And the fighting is actually pretty intuitive. You have rolling. You can counter attacks. When the sign over their head turns green, if you press Y at the right time, which I am clearly not doing. Alright, let's kill some of these sons of bitches. It will counter like that. And they are really kicking my butt right now. Counter like that was a good counter. And I succeeded in defeating that engagement. The animation and the art in this is really nice. I really like it. Keep the mace, so I got a new mace. We've been hearing reports of undead in our kingdom recently, and I came to investigate. He stops to look around at all the bone fragments. More of them are here than I suspected. Some new horror must have decided to settle in these parts and brought its minions. So there's little stories in this game. It's not just like cards, combat, cards, combat. You get little storylines. He's going back to the capital to tell the Duke. I guess we have a Duke. And we need to be careful. And now we get a token. And we move on to our next card, which is the stairs.
Deeper towards our foe.
So we're going to take the stairs. We got past all these cards.
The Jack of Plague has battered you once. Can you set him free this time?
Well, let's see. A winding trail.
An ambush. Hardly fair, is it?
So we're getting ambushed. We get 3 of dust, and that's 2 monster cards. That was 2 monster cards. Okay. Faces and weapons enter from the trees around you. Give us all your gold and die. I'm not going to give them all my gold. We're going to fight them. 3 of dust and 2 of skulls. We know 2 of skulls is skeletons. 3 of dust. Let's find out. So we're in the same little clearing that we battled in last time, but there are different, like little dungeons, different little places where you can fight. I don't know if we'll see any in this game. Oops. But there are also mazes where you're not fighting anyone, but you have to make it through like a maze of traps. Okay, so the dust is apparently bandits. I might die, and that would make it a short game. So that skeleton's dead. Whoops! And apparently there's traps here too, so that was not a fun surprise. No! Oops. So I'm at 47 health. You can see your health in the corner. We need to stay out of those. And you can't turn the screen. Like, there's no camera control. So if things are off screen, it just kind of sucks. So we beat them, and we're going to go back to the dealer and see the table. We get 2 gain cards.
There is no medicine stronger than time.
So time heals. That's cool. And 30 gold.
The deeper you go, the greater the risk of starvation.
Now, gold comes in handy because occasionally in these cards you'll come across like a wandering like a traveling salesman type deal, and then you can sell equipment that you don't want out of your deck, or you can buy things like food or heals, or get curses removed. So that's what the gold's for. It does come in handy. So 2 skeletons, and a different little dungeon to fight them in, so that's cool. And we'll have to try out this time heals card. Alright, let's not die right now. That sound like a good plan? Hey guys, look. I disarmed the skeleton. Get it? Get it? I disarmed him. Alright, I did not need to use the time heals card. So, that was cool. And we beat both the skeletons. Let's see what we get. 3 gain cards. I don't know if there's any, like, reasoning behind how many gain cards or pain cards you deal in any of this. But
increasing the effect of one sort of magic
we
with another.
got a new helmet.
All you need is a channel for power, and it's simple enough.
So, traveling mage. We will approach the shop. And this is what I was talking about. This is what the gold is for. So we can sell. So we have 2 shields, so we will sell one of our shields.
Counter. Defense must always be balanced by offense.
And we can buy items. Let's buy the hand wraps, because we don't have anything.
Some of your foes will take those curses to the grave and beyond.
We don't have anything on our hands
Treat
right now.
powerful artifacts as though they were toys.
And we're going to leave here. We're out of gold and have nothing else to sell. And let's see if we can open the inventory. Sometimes the game is, I don't know if I mentioned this, the game is in, like, it's in pre-release. You can buy it on Steam for $24.99. You can play it, but the game is not finished yet, so it's still buggy. It's still not perfectly balanced. And so sometimes I've noticed I'll try to open the inventory and it just won't. Like, I just kind of want to go over to my inventory and it's not letting me. Like the inventory section. So let's go back and we will go to our next card. Goblins. So we're going to fight again. Goblins suck because they steal your stuff. So 3 goblins and 2 bandits, it looks like. Yeah, goblins steal your stuff and then they open portals and, like, run away with it. So if you don't kill them fast enough, you lose stuff. Got to put on my hat. Oh, these little bastards. It's the one with the bags that you kind of want to get. And they opened portals and got away with my stuff. And these bandits are back up. Ooh, gold. No! 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 Son of a bitch. No. So I can kick. I can... Where's my... Oh, those little bastards stole my shield. Did they steal my shield? Where's my shield? Alright. So I got a token. Let's see if we can go back in our inventory. My shield. It says it's equipped, so that must have just been a bug, because I have a shield, it was not letting me use it.
How will you cross this time?
See how we're going to get across the river. So we're going to attempt to cross the river. Our odds are pretty good. We have a 75% chance of getting past it. If I'd been watching the cards, it would have been higher. Let's go with this. And regular success. Your light armor makes the crossing relatively easy. You reach the other side cold and wet, but unharmed. So that's cool. We made it across the river. We go to our next card, and it's an ambush.
Every game must include an element of surprise, wouldn't you say?
Draw two monster cards.
Human on the other side
so we are going to have 3 bandits and 4 rats. Plagues or rats.
Or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine.
So let's see if I have my shield this time. Yes! Yes, I have my shield. I have my weapon. So, I think we saw before, the environment does make a difference. So if we can knock them onto these spikes, the spikes will hurt them. But if we get knocked onto the spikes will hurt us. So red attacks, when they have green over their head, obviously you can parry their attacks with your shield. When they have red over their heads, you're just kind of screwed. Like, you can't do anything about it. So we're at 27 health. We probably want to get this particular battle over with pretty quick. And we're at 23 health, but we did defeat the thing, and I forgot to use my blessing card where I could have restored my health, so oops. Oh, only one of them is dead, so let's see. 3 success cards, 1 failure card. This is completely random. I have had it before where I've had all 4 failure cards. So we get 1 equipment. Damocles. We can press the right bumper to throw knives.
A small benefit.
And 3 food. And 15 health, which we needed, so that's good news. And Jack of Plague. So this was our
and pestilence.
This is our like big boss that we need to fight. So let's see what happens.
A challenge for you, and a token if you succeed.
So let's go fight the Jack of Plagues. So it's gonna be 4 rats, and I believe the Jack himself. So I should have 5 enemies, I think. Yep, 5 enemies. Thankfully it gave me my shield this time. Let's see, and it's not letting me throw knives. If you guys were wondering, no knife throwing happening. Good chance I'm gonna die right now. Now I believe there's a finishing move when they're on the ground. I do not remember what it is. Okay, so let's see if we can get past him because this is bad news. Alright, so yeah, we're dead. We did not defeat the Jack of Plagues, and when you die, it's game over. You have to start again from the beginning. The way that the cards get drawn changes every time.
Death in the home of plague.
The shape of the way that they're drawn out changes every time. And whether or not...
Your reward.
For dealing with a helpful priest. So now it's showing me the tokens that I earned. Okay, so I guess what happens is at the end, the tokens turn into cards, so that's cool. I got new cards from my deck. I did not defeat the Jack of Plagues. If I had, I would have started the same way, just with the next challenge. It is a really cool game. It's a little bit buggy still. Obviously, there were a couple things when we walked through it this time that didn't work exactly the way they were supposed to. But it's really cool and it's really fun, and you guys should check it out. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we will see you next time.